Focus. Oh no, why is that happening? All right. It doesn't matter. It's a podcast. People might just be listening. Why is this happening? This has never happened. There you go. That's worse now. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the season finale of the Alien Earth CinemALIEN podcast. It doesn't mean that we're over. It's just the Alien Earth part is over. Now, normally we start off talking about some weird shit, but we're going to get straight into it today. So let me play the intro for my guest. This is the last time I'm playing this intro. I made this intro because Sanimation hadn't been on YouTube for 2 years. So I made an intro to make her come back a big deal, but she's been back for 2 months now. No one gives a shit. So this is her intro for the last time on CinemALIEN.
Welcome. You have survived Alien Earth. Welcome to the afterbirth. Yeah.
How sick is that? It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. I mean, I really have to be close to my fucking phone.
Yeah,
I don't want to scare people.
Can we start a fundraiser? A Kickstarter? We want Sanimation back on a computer instead of doing this shit on a phone. You have no idea. If you guys have never streamed before, you have no idea how much of a pain in the ass it is doing it on a phone, because I've done it.
Hi, Mark.
All right. Before we get going, let's say hi to our biggest fan, maybe of the podcast. Did you just post the QR code? How'd you even? Oh no, it says game over. That's how bad my eyesight is. That looks like a QR code to me, but it says game over. Very good. Can you see that? You won't be able to see that.
Oh, I will be fucking.
Looks like a QR code.
See my wrinkles, man.
Lostgen is in the house. Thank you for joining. Game over, man. You got my buddy Mitch. I don't need to watch aliens on Earth. We're living it. That's right. There's a real alien over in Panama. Have you been watching that? The guy who found the little space rock and has the little thing growing on it. Oh, I'm telling you, you need to follow it. If you're into aliens and all that sort of shit, if you're into symbiotes, this is like a real life symbiote that landed on it. I believe this story. Everything looks so legit about this.
Fucking Tom Cruise is like foaming right now. Like, I told you, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So anyway, quickly as well, Mitch. It's Mitch's 15th birthday this weekend. So happy birthday, to Mitch. There you go. He's the big 1-5. Here you go. All right.
Wow, it's been at least 5 years for us, you know.
He told it like recently, because Mitch has been coming to a lot of the shows recently, and someone said, "How old are you, Mitch?" And he said 15. And then this week he said, "Oh yeah, I'm turning 15 this week." And I was like, "You can't just say you're 15 when you're not 15 yet." Hello, Rumble. This show has the worst script writing I've ever seen. We're gonna get into it. I'm not gonna trash it as hard as Santa, I don't think. But yeah, normally we start off talking about some other stuff just to break the ice, but we're gonna get straight into episode 7.
Yeah, just to get over with.
Well, look, put it this way. I don't know if I hate it as much as everyone is saying. However, I got to say, episode 7, like last time our last episode, we mentioned that there's only 2 more episodes to wrap up. So when I clicked on episode 7 and saw that it was like a 45-minute episode, I was like, that's not good. Was it such a short episode? And the episode felt really short
done
as
with
well.
it.
It was just, I felt like they could have done so much more. And yeah, the last 2 episodes, I would say, were a little bit anticlimactic, I guess you could say. It didn't really close out. It didn't feel like a grand finale to a season that it should have been. But yeah, we'll get to it. Well, I said to Santa, maybe we'll talk about episode 7, talk about episode 8, and then we'll give our overall on everything, all up. All right. The reason they made 12-year-olds in the robot because they can only write for 12-year-olds. Well, I don't have burn! I know a lot of people didn't like the idea of that, but to me, it doesn't bother me because at least they kind of explained it. You know, they kind of explained it from the get-go. This is why there's children. You know, we're transferring children because you can't do it to adults because adults are fucking stupid. So that idea didn't bother me too much. The overacting, I think, of the children as adults wasn't the best. But again, some of that stuff grew on me a little bit in these final 2 episodes. So I saw you didn't have. Yeah. I'll explain why. But episode 7, I believe you said you have very few notes for the last 2 episodes, so maybe I should.
Yeah.
So I didn't rewatch either episode. I just the past few weeks we've been rewatching a lot of them. I just didn't have time really. I love the idea.
I
I'm a
was too
big believer, but
tired to.
turning my brain off, and now I'm struggling. All right, episode 7. So all I really did was make some notes of just to remind me what happened. Slightly, and I always forget his friend's name. What's his friend's name? The one who really overacts.
Me.
Yes, yeah. So, moving the scientist's body. Arthur, I don't know, because I think Arthur's role in the last 2 episodes. Oh wait, we're talking about episode. Yeah, in this episode, when they take him to the beach and all that, and then when he comes to and the face hugger falls off.
Yeah, like in 1 second.
Yeah.
He's totally
Um,
fine.
I feel like that was his finest moment in the show because he was kind of funny when he came to. It was a little bit overacted and things like that, but I think he became very likable in his final moments before it all went to shit
Really?
for him. Yeah. I don't know.
Are you talking
'Cause
about Arthur?
Sorry, yeah, I'm talking about Arthur. Go, you go. Tell me about Arthur.
Arthur. Well, first off, what I found fucking stupid, and it was already in the beginning of episode 7 that made me like eye roll so far in the back of my head I had to butts to make them go back, was when what's his name? Well, why do I want to say Schindler? No, I mean the what's his name? Smee and
Slightly.
the other guy. Slightly. Schindler, what the fuck?
Just
That
quickly
he's
rumble.
giving the
If you want
guy.
to catch this, we're also on Spotify. Check it out there.
Oh. Hashtag advertising. When
Right.
he's giving Arthur liquid while the fucking the face hugger is on him. Like he comes with this bottle thingy with the straw and he puts it like
Yeah,
in
that
his
was.
mouth. I was like, really?
But it wasn't that cute. It was
Really?
because he's a kid. He didn't know what was happening, so he's trying to be nice. He just did this to his
I
friend.
I felt like that chick from Snow White, like little weird.
That didn't bother me too. I feel like that was just showing his him caring, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Legendary Snow.
But the it was a bit weird because when Arthur came to, he was a bit out of character, right?
Mm.
Compared to, because the whole show is very serious, and then he was kind of comedic almost when the facehugger comes off. He's like, "What's that?" And he's kind of played dumb. But
And
I really
giving a
liked him.
speech on lying.
I really liked him once the facehugger and he came to, because he was just like this happy dude, and he was like he's the only good person in this show, right? He's the only truly good, compassionate person in this show. And in one of the breakdowns I was watching, they say that they're like, "Oh, this guy is truly the one good person in this show." And if there's anything you've ever learned from the Aliens universe, is being a good person makes you die. To survive in the alien universe, you have to be evil. You have to be ruthless.
And
The weak do not
somehow Arthur
survive.
lives.
Oh well, yes, yeah. We'll get to that too. I don't even know if I took that down in my notes.
Oh.
But yes, and also you remember when they're dragging him to the elevator and Kirsch busts him,
Yeah,
and
that was
then he
cool.
helps him. He's like, "Oh no, it's faster to get there this way." And at the time, I didn't get it, but then you get it at the end because it was a setup, right?
Hmm. Yeah. As much as I love Kirsch, I really feel like the setup in the beginning was really cool, but I don't know, his character became less. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I like the playful part, like you don't know if he's good or evil. Um, Also with Morrow saying with slightly like over like the first person, I'm going in now for the second guy. Like who was the second guy?
Hmm.
Who? I still don't know. I thought maybe it was Kirsch, but yeah, they had a little hug fest.
Anything you got for this episode?
Episode.
What your little notes there?
The forever Wendy close-ups, and I am so glad I don't have to watch that shit anymore. Imagine auditioning and be like, yes, you'll play a kid, but it's all about the close-ups. Okay, you go, you know. I mean, good for her that she gets paid for it, but she's Louise.
But would you not want that power? I mean, so in that episode, the one where they were going through the jungle, yeah, and she's literally like, it's almost like a video game where you get your little psychic where you press the two buttons and your friend comes out from the side of the screen to attack for you, right? What do you think of that idea? I mean, it's definitely foreign in this universe. It's never been done. It's never been seen. I didn't hate the idea. If it was a
Maybe with a
human,
different alien. But
if
this
it
is a
was a
fucking xenomorph.
if it was a human doing it, it'd be weird. If it was a human doing it, it'd be like Jurassic Park when Chris Pratt's controlling the Velociraptor, right? But because she's this weird hybrid being, I don't know. I don't know. To me, it was kind of cool. It was weird. Like, there's a part of my brain's like, I don't know if I like this. But then I'm just like, I mean, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, but like I said, maybe with a different species, I would have liked it. Maybe if she could like control the eyeball, but this is like an alien, a fucking xenomorph, which has been described in all these movies that he is a or she is a perfect organism, you know, and now it can be a pet.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, and but you know what? Another thing about that Xeno, I actually really like the look of that Xeno. The how it's got
I
that
liked it
dirty,
in that episode,
the dirt. It's got
but
that
it became
dirty
more
kind of helmet.
albino in the last one.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah,
the patches was kind of cool.
yeah. I like. I
You know,
really
I
want
can
a figure of
imagine,
that alien, like really
yeah,
bad.
chilling with Wendy in front of a fireplace in the leopard skin.
Episode 7 didn't really expand on any aliens, did it? Hang on, let me. Have I got anything in my notes here? Oh wait,
Well, I mean, there was some dog shit going on with like the fastest wake up from a face hugger. I mean, listen, all those people out there who talked shit about fucking alien Romulus, about oh no, it came out of her chest too soon. My defense is like, yeah, but they describe it being very hot there, so I would assume that it grows fast because it's hot. What is the explanation here? Because they're still on La Isla Bonita. What
but
the
they're on a
fuck is going on?
isn't it a tropical island? Isn't it always hot there too?
I mean, he kind of looks like in his Hawaii shirt, but his wife is still wearing normal clothes, so I don't think it's that hot out there.
A Hawaiian shirt. That's all you need to know. It's definitely hot there.
Oh yeah, it's hot.
What do you think of this hot take here? Kirsch was interesting at the beginning because he was protecting the children, but then becomes weak and uninteresting.
Yeah, yeah,
I definitely liked him at the start, like how he's kind of looking out for the children, kind of like their mentor in a way.
yeah. I mean, like that, you know, like he's cool. You don't know if he's evil. What the fuck is he going to do? But in the end, he's sitting there in that fucking jail thing with, you know, boy Howdy, what's his name? Boy Cavalier, who's like posed as fucking Jesus on the cross, like he's a fucking god. But that's for a sooner after where we talk about that episode. But yeah, I find him a bit underwhelming. Indeed, you know, it's I had such high expectations, and even his fight against Moro, I expected more of it, and I would have appreciated it if they were bold enough to actually kill off characters in the last two episodes rather than keeping them alive.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to happen, but we'll get to the final episode. Let's
Oh yeah,
stick to the mission here, Santa. We'll get to the final episode because that one's still a bit more fresh in my head. There
yeah.
was a little bit. There was a little bit of the other aliens in episode 7. So you remember the part where the flies, because the flies have escaped and they're in the room, right? And they do something to the electrical box, and then they send in like those two guys to capture them, and they do it so easily. They just walk in and go bzz, zap them, and then put them in like no threat at all. So I wonder if they do pose a threat to humans because they literally just walk in there casually, like it was wiping up shit off the floor.
Yeah.
But they melted fucking metal with their fucking poison shit. So surely they would fuck up a human.
Yeah. And your mold guy was there too for a split second. Or was
That
that
is
also in the last episode?
so literally from all the breakdowns I've watched, all that mold guy was doing was removing mold. And apparently it was meant to be like these guys can't even contain mold. You think they're going to be able to contain these species from another universe? That's apparently the thing.
Yeah, and if it's so warm on the island, good luck.
All right, hang on. Let me. How long? Well, we're going through this pretty quick. We can talk.
No. I mean, we're not done yet. I mean, for an episode that was 45 minutes long only, I thought this entire speech on lying with Arthur. I mean, I get it, but it felt like a drag. It was like, dude, this is 5 fucking minutes. It's like 30 minutes left to fill up the rest of the episode while we're already near the end. But it really felt like I was watching the Captain America speech from the series Captain America. And I was like, this feels like forever. Just shut the fuck up. I don't care if he's a good guy, like, oh, lying. I know that you're lying. Oh boy. Just shut the fuck up and go to the boat. Why did he change his mind? No, he wants to go back. Because obviously he's like, hey man, I still got clearance to the lab. Let's go back.
He was showing pure goodness.
Yeah, well, they could have shown pure goodness in writing the show.
He was being the father figure.
Yeah. Speaking of father figure, oh no, that's the last episode. When we find out that the one guy is also a droid thingy, the bald guy. Yeah. He's like fucking George Michael father figure to Boy Cavalier.
All right. What about the chestburster scene?
Yeah, what the fuck was that, bro?
You didn't like it?
I mean, the way the look Arthur has on his face is how I felt watching the last few episodes. I felt fucking dead. Okay, I did like that look because that was the only thing that I found horror about the show. But this entire thing with they go hiding for the soldiers, and then like 2 seconds later, Arthur's no longer there, and suddenly he says like, "Oh, hey guys, how you doing?" Like, when the fuck did that happen? And then we get the chest bursting. I was glad because after that speech of lying, I was like, "Can't you just fucking die?" And he granted my wish.
But he also proved that theory right. So he was showing pure, goodness, and then dead because it gets you nowhere in this universe.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't the alien that has like angel wings because it's so angelic?
Here's a comment from Lostian. The guy cleaning mold, Boy Cavalier being a genius, Teng, the weird Asian guy, were all used to hype us and creating discussions, but they did not live up to our expectations. Lostian actually left a comment on the last episode saying that he doesn't believe that Teng is dead, which is a very good theory because we don't see him die. We don't see him, we just assume.
Yeah, no one dies in the show.
Yeah, well, we just spoke about Arthur dying. Well, actually, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. The Indian guy's reaction to the chest burster was poor, no empathy.
Yeah, because that guy who allegedly to you, Anakin's mother, Smee, he was reacting, like, but you said he was going to be okay. And he was like, well, no, I was lying. He was going to kill my mother, and that was it. What is it? What is it? Hashtag cancelled. Did she just do Apple? Thank you. Come again. All right.
Was there anything at all that you thought was good in that episode? What about Teoslus? Because he was talking when Cavalier's talking to the sheep.
Yeah. I mean, he gets a hard on from the sheep because he wants it to be like the fucking genius that he can talk to. But then fucking grab a random fucking human and then talk to the fucking thing. But he even doesn't do that. I feel like suddenly when the eyeball becomes super interesting, it just becomes boring because suddenly it fights a fucking xenomorph, but yet fighting the brother. Oh, that's episode 8, by the way. I'm sorry. Wait, it's 8, right? It doesn't win, and then it disappears in the ground. Like, come on!
But it knows. But it
So,
knows. But it knows the equation of pi.
yeah. Well,
So you know what I thought?
that changed.
You know when it drops the shit at the end? Stomping his feet for the next numbers, and,
Yeah.
and then it drops the shit. I thought when it dropped the shit that it was meant to be 2. So I looked up the number for pi and I was like, wait, the next number's not 2. But apparently it didn't mean that. It was just dropping the shit. If it's dropping the shit. I thought when
Oh,
it dropped
really?
the shit that the next number was supposed to be 2, but it wasn't.
Yeah. It's basically it was they summed up this entire series with just that scene. Eat shit.
Okay, so I've gone through most of my notes except Wendy opening the gate for the Xeno to get out, and then the Xeno just fucks everyone up.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Yeah. I mean, she did the thing with her brother, right? Watching it, but I don't know if it was in episode 8, but the brother is like, we have to go, we have to leave the island, and she's like, no, we can't, we got
Yeah,
trackers. So this bitch can
that's
fucking watch her brother, can unlock a fucking vault, whatever, can even control Baldy, but no, we got trackers, bitch. Then go into computer and change it. Nah, it just didn't make sense. It's like,
it was
why?
more like I feel like because she tries to show compassion, right, for her fellow hybrids, but then unleashing the alien just to kill random people was like, that's not. I mean, I guess prodigy people you can say are bad, but
Yeah. So she can do that, but when the brother zaps it, it's like, what did you do? Like, oh God, I'm surprised it wasn't. It didn't add it, instead of the whole yelling at her brother.
all right,
Wait.
here's another lengthy one. I was hoping for this. Boy Cavalier being harmed in one of his eyes. Yes, I was expecting that too. Then using Teosulus to augment himself as a survival alternate. That way he would have his conversation with someone smarter.
Yeah, but that someone smarter is Wendy, because in episode 8, when it ends, he basically has this fucking evil smirk on his face because Wendy is exactly doing what he was hoping she would do. So at least that's how I looked at it.
I wonder if the Teosulus can actually control like a non-human, like a cyborg type being. That wouldn't make sense, surely.
Well, it would make an indestructible.
The Whisperer girl could have ended everything way earlier by manipulating the computers, yes.
Yeah.
But I think obviously she's discovering more and more. I think
there's a movie coming out next year, The Xeno Whisperer.
Episode 7 was really about her discovering, obviously that the prodigy are bad, and I think made her unleash these things more. Like she probably knew she could do it the whole time, but she probably didn't. I feel like episode 7 was really her coming out of, fuck this shit. I'm done with these cunts.
I like how you really try to still like put hope into the series. Like, oh no.
I'll tell you what, no, because we'll end with, like, at the end, I'll tell you exactly how I feel about the whole thing.
All right.
Because episode 7, okay, so this is my final note on episode 7, was just ending sucked. That's what I wrote. Because the thing that this entire season did, like every episode ended poorly. Not a single episode. Like I wanted to keep watching it, but it wasn't the ending that made me want to keep watching. And that's what every show should do: is end with you going, "Oh man!" Like it didn't do that at all. Every ending had a song. Some of them were bangers, but it ended with a song. But it just kind of ends. There's no there's not a cliffhanger. There's no build up to anything. It's kind of just ends. And
Yeah.
I really didn't like that throughout the whole series. Like every ending was terrible the way they did it. And sure, you can play a song and make it seem kind of cool through music, but the ending itself sucked every time. And that was what did you do? That's how it ended, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not
Yeah.
really a
It's
cliffhanger.
been, yeah. It just has been a bit underwhelming on that department. And I think that in the long run, we only gave it a chance because the first two episodes were so cool. I mean, okay, this is for more like a conversation for like as a whole of the show, but yeah, I think the way that they were promoting this show, we kind of been lied to because it was like Prodigy City, and I was like, okay, let the Xeno out, boy, let's go. And then it's basically just an island. It's just all isolated, and what Utani sucks.
Yeah, I definitely think before the show actually came out and I'd just seen trailers, it was obviously I had all these thoughts and expectations of what this show would have been about. And it definitely was a completely different direction. But I didn't mind that direction I went in. But again, I'll explain that at the end. Let's get into the final episode because we've already spoken about so much of it. Um, I wish I watched it like you. I wished I watched 7 and 8 in a row. I think that would have made it more enjoyable, to be honest, because episode 7 was like,
Well,
was that it?
no.
No, it wasn't? Okay. Tell me. So episode 8. I didn't actually make notes as it was. Oh, I did some actually. Start of episode alien. Oh, that's right. So the start when they're at the when the mum character type scientist goes to the graves,
Yeah, fully clothed, by the way.
and then the Xeno
Not
sneaks
the
up
island
behind her.
life. Yeah.
And then the Xeno sneaks up behind her, and then before it gets to do anything, it gets shot in the face by one of the soldiers who's holding a fucking machine gun that looks like a fucking pulse rifle. It did nothing to the alien. It looked like a rubber pellet just bounced off its head. And it was like, oh,
Yeah.
and then it ran off. It didn't do anything that whatever it shot it with.
Yeah, it's the
That probably
same
didn't.
with the acid blood, with the brother.
Well, that did do something. He was just very quick and smart, like he knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, he's very quick with shit. Yeah.
He is. That Joe's a smart boy. Um, yeah, none of these notes. I see. I've written a lot of notes,
I
but a
did
lot
I
of
did like Nips in a way because I
sorry.
don't know, man. That Nips, she really
Hmm.
has like John Wick shit going on. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
end of episode 7 was when she ripped the guy's jaw off, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I was like, okay. But yeah, she's like the loony that as soon as her toy is taken away, she turns into John Wick. So
I feel like
let's
she turned
fucking
into a
go.
psycho after the memory got erased. Now she's like a psycho. It's like maybe erasing the memory isn't good because it kind of loosens a few screws in
No,
there.
she already had that before that when she had to come for the conversation with the mother
Oh,
scientist,
that's right. It was starting. Yeah,
and
that's
she
right. It
jumped
was
on
starting to
her.
build. Yeah, it was starting to build, but she didn't. She didn't go all the way.
No, not yet, because it was woman versus woman. So, um, yeah.
Uh,
And again, one of the things, the forever close-ups of Wendy once again. And I'm also just really done with the whole relationship of Wendy and her brother. It feels like a fucking drag. Listen, I get it, family, fucking Vin Diesel and all that shit. But I don't want to see that shit, man. We're watching an alien show. Where's the fucking horror?
but you're
Even
also
you're sick
seeing,
of it.
but you're seeing the deterioration of that relationship too. She's not necessarily on her brother's side anymore. You know what I mean? She's thinking independently on her own now. Before it was all about her brother. She cared so much, but now she's kind of caring less. She's like, no, like you
Yeah.
did this. You hurt Nibs. What the fuck? I don't give a shit that you're my brother. You hurt my friend.
You heard
You know?
Nips. You're my friend. Yeah.
So I feel like their relationship is not the same as it was. It's kind of deteriorated a little bit.
Yeah, well, luckily we got a flashback too, with her like writing letters to her brother who was during the war. Shit. I was like, okay, here we go. Fucking apocalypse now. The horror.
Oh fuck, where am I up to?
And her speech, like who she is and who she isn't. I'm like, boring.
Kirsch and Morrow. I know we spoke about it a little bit earlier. So the fight. I mean, Kirsch kind of had it won, and then it was almost like Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Have you seen that movie?
Which one?
The movie that's about Bruce Lee's life, played by Jason Scott Lee. It's only one of the
But
greatest
that's
movies.
been years ago.
Oh my god, that is one of the greatest movies of all time. It's got some of the best lines. Lostian, back me up. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Not a very great representation of what really happened in Bruce Lee's life, but as a movie, it's fantastic. But basically, he fights the guy. He wins, and then after he wins, he kind of walks away, and the guy comes and breaks his back from behind. That's what it kind of reminded me of the Kirsch versus Morrow. Kirsch won. See, to me, in my head, Kirsch should never have won that, but he did in the beginning. He choked him out, I guess. What? What? And then he gets his back broken. Like that was shocking to me when he got his back. I was like, I was surprised that he broke so easily on that table.
Yeah, that was just fucking weak. I the whole thing with Morrow saying, like in the end humans will always win or whatever the fuck he said, and then like throwing him on the table and that's it.
I was surprised that his back broke. So I did like the visual though, that you knew he was fucked and he was upside down and all the shit's coming up, running down.
Yeah, his voice had kind of like a distortion going on. I like that
was
too.
Kind of cool, but yeah, the
But
fight
had the balls to kill Kirsch off in a way. I don't give a shit. Like unplug him. Why is everyone still alive? Why?
Wait, he didn't die. You said he's in his cell at the end, wasn't he?
Yeah, everyone is still alive.
At that point, I thought they were going to kill him. I was like, oh, because he's definitely. He definitely was one of the best parts of the show, right? There was definitely a point where he was the daddy you called him one week.
Yeah. Timothy, hey, I'll scream for you. No, but I find it just disappointing, just also with him like showing up with the babies, which was like a huge fucking snake. Like it's bad to be a loser, whatever the fuck he said. I was like, and then like the kids like, come here, and then you're grounded. I'm like, oh my god, it's like very like kid like. No, and what the fuck with Curly? She was like set up. I thought that, I mean, we all thought, I think that she was going to snap, because she wanted to be the favorite, and she just sat there like, no, I'm the favorite, and that's it.
That story, I feel like now that we know there's going to be another season, I feel like that storyline will revisit, maybe, because they kind of built that, and you felt like it was going to go somewhere, and then it kind of didn't. Like a lot of things on the show, they kind of felt like they were going to go somewhere that they kind of didn't. But I mean, yeah. All right.
Yeah, little did we know that they wanted to change it into Stranger Things.
Well, so that was another reason I was disappointed about that. So when I saw episode 7 was like 45 minutes, right? I was like, I wonder if the final episode's going to be extra long because they got so much they've got to wrap up, right? And it was just the same. It was like 48 minutes. And I was like, I was like, we're living in a world where Stranger Things exist. And an episode can be 45 minutes. The next episode can be 2.5 hours if it wants. It doesn't matter.
Hey,
you guys
man.
Are free reign. We're living
Star
in
Wars does the same shit.
Yeah, like I was very disappointed in the timestamps.
Yeah, but what was more underwhelming to you? This series or the trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu?
Has that come out?
Oh my god, there's a trailer out. Yeah, it's so underwhelming. Like 2 days ago.
Wait, but is it just a teaser or is it show stuff from the movie?
It's the trailer.
It's not, well, hang on. There's a difference between a teaser trailer and a proper trailer.
Well, what the fuck, man? There's something is out.
Okay.
Of the Grogu, the Mandalorian, whatever. I might have to.
So
yes, in case do a reaction video.
Yeah, but it'll only be for members. And if you message me nicely, maybe you'll get it too.
Please.
All right. The next bit is going to be one of the things that the show has been building for this entire season. Every week you're wondering, when are we going to see that plant alien? Well, we got to see the plant alien. And no, a predator didn't jump out of it like I was hoping for. But what did you think? Because obviously they built it up like you knew it was in the room. You saw it in the background, like you knew it was running around the room. So you knew it was going to go down.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on what we got from the plant?
I don't give a fuck anymore. That's what I thought. I mean, you had fucking 8 episodes to go against war against all these fucking species. And what do we get? You see it like going on the wall, like you're staring at some aquarium, and then it just and that's it.
Yeah. I think it was again anticlimactic. It was cool. It was cool, but it wasn't worth the wait.
No.
It was cool. Like at first I was like, is that it? But then when it kind of creates kind of twisting and more blood comes out, I was like, that's kind of cool. But it definitely
Gosh, you're so hopeful. It's
definitely
disgusting.
wasn't worth it. So here's the thing, right? And I don't know if because I also have notes for my overall thoughts, but something that this show has done is like I'm sure we've mentioned it in the previous episodes that the xenomorph has kind of taken a few notches down, right, from the show. Teocelus has taken over as like a legend, and they're talking about all these other species being so dangerous, right? So to me, if when this show carries on, there has to be a point where the xenomorph just shows that it is still King Dick of the alien food chain. It has to. You cannot let this fucking little eyeball thing take the fucking mantle from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the xenomorphs took a few notches down because they're like, I loved the idea that they introduced new species.
Yeah.
But like building this plant thing up to be the most like it's probably the most dangerous out of all of them. Come on, man! A fucking xenomorph is gonna fuck that thing up. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, with his tail. Yeah, I don't know if this. It feels like with each episode, it feels like they just wrote it like a week before. Hello. The whole build up with all these aliens, like I said, I thought it was going to be about well, first of all, the xenomorph, who is superior to the perfect organism. I mean, the whole fucking stories that will follow all takes place after this shit show, and now it's just basically being a bitch. And yeah, the eyeball, cool, but it also got a bit less, like I said, with the last 2 episodes, when it goes against the brother, suddenly he is like having a hard time getting into the brother's eye. I mean, what the fuck? It fought a fucking xenomorph in the flashback episode. It just no, I don't know, man.
Did you think? Sorry, did I finish?
No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when it was following Joe, did you believe that it was actually going to get Joe? Because I started to. I was like, oh, it's not because for me, I was expecting maybe Cavalier to cop it in this one, but then it started following Joe. I was like, oh, see, again, it's going a completely different direction where I thought it was going, but then it didn't get Joe, and I was like, oh, and then like you said, it just kind of slides away. And the way like how Wendy just casually just like soccer kicks it every time.
Yeah, I mean, if it would have been in Joe, it could have been interesting because then you have Wendy controlling a xenomorph and fucking the brother being an eyeball. But where the fuck are they going to take it, I don't know. They're like even the fucking Alien Isolation with the fucking Amanda, the daughter of Ripley. There is no fucking shit like the Earth is destroyed. So I don't know where the fuck they're gonna take this. Like will Utani just fly over and then nuke the fucking place? I mean, sure as fuck, Iron Man won't fly over to take the rocket away into fucking universe. I just don't know. And I'm so glad it's over because, like I said, they started out this series with, with like you thought you were safer in space or some shit, and an alien Earth, and then the first two episodes were really good. With in the second episode where it goes into the xenomorph going into the dining room and just literally slaughtering all these humans within seconds, and that's a good fucking start. But then it gets like killed by Wendy way too easily, which is already the point where you're like, okay, that's a bit underwhelming. But you know, you keep getting hope. But even the episodes after that, I thought weren't really that good. It was the flashback episode that kind of like gave you, or at least me, gave me a bit of hope. But in the end, if it was like a standalone episode, I wouldn't even liked it that much because of all the scenes they reused from the first episode. I think honestly, I would have, if it wasn't for this stream, I wouldn't have finished this series. I think already
Really?
4
Really?
episodes ago.
Okay, well, I've got stuff to say about that too. But okay, so let's. Hey, wait, can I just confirm? At the end of the episode, the final episode, Utani and stuff, they're all coming on helicopters and shit, right?
Yeah, ooh.
So, I mean, like, do you think one more season and they're going to do it, or do you reckon this is going to keep going until they just won't fund it anymore?
Well, first of all, Utani is longer in the sky than a, a chest burst. Because they were already like coming over when with near the end of episode 7, you know, with Morrow just going like in, I'm going in to number 2, whatever, and
The reason I wish, like I said, when this thing started, I thought it was going to be one season. It was going to be a story that started and ended, and then it would continue. Maybe like the lore would continue to movies or whatever. But when I start to come to realization that, oh fuck, there's going to be more than one season. The reason I hate that is because when's it going to come out? Have they? Because the way they've shot it, like if they make, because you know how some shows they kind of do in 2 parts. Like you know how like some shows they even do like season 6 part 1, season 6 part 2. You know how they sometimes do that.
yeah.
If they did that, sure, that's fine. But if this is like, oh, they filmed it and then they wrapped and then they're like, oh, we'll see if how it goes and then we'll finish season 2. Problem with that is, will we get season 2? The second thing is, when will it come out? Will I be 50 by the time it comes out? Because if
Probably,
people,
yeah.
if
It's
so
only
many
2
people,
years away.
I think there's still. I haven't really watched too many things about what people thought on the finale because I was avoiding it because people were already posting on Instagram when I was at work yesterday, and I didn't want to know, so I just kept flicking past it. But like, if people are already having issues with it, but if you take too long for this show to come out again, no one's going to watch it. It's like, I mean, I enjoy Stranger Things, but it's been so long. I don't know sure if I give a shit when this final season comes out again. You know, like it's been so long. Yeah.
Yeah, but the same thing happened with Stranger Things, you know. You just at one point you just had too many fucking characters and it lost its touch, you know.
I still
I
don't
mean,
mind
sure
it, but
I'll
like
watch it,
it's more
but
because I watched it all in a big chunk. So I watched season 1 when it came out and I liked it, but I didn't watch it anymore. I didn't watch it again until I got COVID. Sarah wanted to rewatch it because the new season was coming out. At the time, I think that was season 3, maybe. So during COVID, we watched the first 2 seasons in like fucking in like 4 days or something.
whoa, what the fuck?
So yeah, we watched like the first 2 seasons in like really quick, in like a week while we were sick, and then season 3 came out. It didn't take that long for season 4 and 3 between then, but then it's been so long that I don't give a shit anymore, really. Like I'm sure I'll watch it, but same thing goes with just any show. I wish this just was one story that started and finished in one season. So I don't know. I would like to think that if they do season 2, that's it. I don't want this to keep dragging out because every show that keeps dragging out, a lot of them don't survive and they don't make it to the end of the story that they're trying to tell you. And that's the other problem. Like, I don't understand why shows write stories that don't seem to have a start and a finish. They write it and they just see where it goes. If it succeeds, we'll keep going with it. But it's like, why doesn't so? Do you? I know you're into your Hong Kong cinema and shit like that. Do you ever watch like Chinese TV series? Have you ever?
Duh.
So how they normally work. So, from my memory, when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of Chinese shows, right? And they were very movie-like. Like they were made movie quality. Yeah. So,
Mm.
but there wasn't season 1 and 2 and 3. It was just one season, and that season could be 6 or 8 episodes, or most of them were like 20, 30, 40, 60, 80 episodes, right?
Yeah, 40,
But it
50, 60, yes.
but it told one story that started
Yeah,
and ended. And if there was a season 2, it wasn't really a season 2, it was a sequel where there'd be another 80 episodes, and sometimes there'd be completely different characters in that second sequel.
yeah.
That's how shows in my head should be. They should, okay, guys, we want to do this show. This is the story. It's going to take us 40 episodes to tell this story. You know what I mean? I feel like they come up with an idea. Let's make this show. We'll see how it goes, and then they kind of make it up as it goes along. Like, why is that? Why is that a thing? So I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
this
think
show was made like that, or if the director had, or the director's like, you know what? I'll just leave it on this end, and then I'll pass the torch to the next director, and he can figure out.
oh yeah, the next director. Well, I think I have an allergy for FX. Okay, because like 2 years ago they came out with Shogun, and it has Hiroyuki Sanada, who was playing the same role as Toshiro Mifune in the 80s series, and Toshiro Mifune is your Jimbo. If you don't know, if you don't know, if you don't know, if you don't know, it's this guy.
Hey, I know
Um,
that guy.
you know that guy. Fun fact. Let's see. I have here Tatsuya Nakadai. Wait, hold on. From that series, Yojimbo, there is Tatsuya Nakadai, which is played by this guy. I think he's the only guy still alive from the entire cast. He's like, I don't know, probably like 200 or something. But also Shogun. So Hiroyuki Sanada, Tadanobu Asano, who a lot of people know from like Ichi the Killer or probably like Thor and shit. Um, and Anna Sawai from like Fakey, this Japanese girl group that lasted not for too long. And I was really excited. And like after episode 4, I never pressed play again. I just didn't like it. I really do want to rewatch that show one day because because I want to like it out of desperation because of all these actors in it. But it's an FX thing. It was the same thing with Alien Earth. After like the 4th episode, it was like, but then because I told you like with the last 2 streams, like shit, I still have to watch the previous episode. It really started to feel like a mandatory thing. Like I really have to push myself through it to be here and watch it because I don't know, it just isn't my thing. So maybe I have an FX allergy. If anyone else feels the same, maybe we can start a fan club and go
Hey, you
strike.
signed on. You signed on to this podcast, and with this podcast comes a job, and it's not that hard. 45 minutes a week.
Yeah, but not just that. Listen, I said in the first podcast, like I was afraid of the fucking xenomorph.
Yes.
I thought that with this series, like the way that they were describing it in the Prodigy City, I thought, okay, there will be like a lot of dark scenes, because it probably will be hiding in like fucking rooms or whatever the fuck. I thought, oh, this is going to be some top-notch horror. And we got kind of a glimpse of it with the first 2 episodes, but then it just turned into whatever the fuck it was. It just doesn't feel alien to me. And maybe it's a bit of my arrogance saying, I feel actually arrogant saying that, but where is the fucking fear factor, Because I'm pretty sure if I put on Covenant, I will be dreading when it's getting dark because I know in one of those dark scenes it comes out really slowly, and that part is like one of the reasons why I don't really want to watch it long, aside from being the dog shit. But yeah, where's the scary factor? Hi,
I
Mark.
feel like I feel like they were building. I feel like they were building the fear more in the other creatures more so in this show.
What fucking fear? The fear we had to sit through another hour of
All right. Well, look. Well, yeah. I guess you've already mentioned so you like the ideas of the first couple of episodes. You like the flashback. Something I thought the show that I did like about how I mentioned that the ends of every episode was crap. Hated the style of the endings, and it's like they kind of did it thinking it was cool, so they just kept doing it
yeah.
every episode, and it didn't land. What was good though was the other end. The intro was fantastic. So, what streaming service do you watch it over in Netherlands?
Fucking Disney Plus, mate.
Okay, yeah, cool. So same here, yeah, of course. Oh wait, because I think in America they got Hulu, right? Is that anyway? So
Hulu.
during the intro of shows, you normally have the skip intro button, right?
Mm.
I never skip the intro of Alien Earth. If I'm watching another show, I always skip the intro. I've seen it 100 times. I never skip the intro of Alien Earth because every intro is different, and I thought that was
I
great.
hope they will have an option to skip episode after the intro, because then I'll.
All right, that's pretty funny. All right, what have I got here? So I'm in the overall notes now of okay. All right, so this is my overall thoughts. All right, my overall thoughts of the show altogether. Okay, and this includes the final episodes. So it definitely didn't end the way I wanted to. Right, and like I said before, the show it wasn't anything like I expected it to be, but I thought it had great ideas. So and I liked the lore wasn't silly. The lore didn't rub me the wrong way, like like the Prometheus thing. Like again, I like the movie Prometheus. I just don't like that one thing that they did to the lore. That's all. That's all I don't like about it. I like the stuff that they did on the lore in this. So like I wanted to keep watching. So now that it's over, I can say, yeah, it didn't meet my expectations, and it definitely didn't go in the direction I wanted. And sometimes it didn't go in the direction I wanted, and I still liked it. You know, I still didn't mind their version of what I was wanting. But definitely the end was nothing like it. Like the last two episodes definitely were anticlimactic because we were expecting so much from it. If you listen to us on the last episode, and it kind of ended weirdly.
Yeah, they were
And like
too.
again, how can you if you're gonna end an episode without a cliffhanger, sure. How can you end a season barely having a like cliffhanger? You know, I mean, like, yes, we know more stories to come, but it wasn't that cliffhanger that's just like, oh,
Yeah, now it ended with kids saying, "Now we rule." Stay tuned for season 2, where we're going to build 3 houses together with a xenomorph. Yeah, I just felt like they played it way too safe with all these characters and not killing anyone, because if one thing, the xenomorph always fucking kills, and kills almost everyone. And now everyone is still alive, and there are like way too many characters out there. And not saying that I don't give a fuck about them, but I don't. You know, like all these scientists, cool. But listen, we get the movies coming up. Do something like extreme, you know, like kill it all off. Have a little bit of balls. You know, I'd rather have my fucking period for a month dying of cramps than watching this dog shit again. There you go. Please sponsor our next season. No, I no, and also with it ending with Arthur like now being some fucking eyeball zombie,
yeah,
and just like,
that
come
was
on.
that was really unexpected. I was like, really? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone's theories. I mean, look, most of the time when you watch YouTube crap and they come up with theories, normally they're not correct, which is why I get so, you know, all the symbolism that they do in like breakdowns of shows. I was like, how the fuck do you see that? It's just, I think it's just people with their fucking crazy imagination, right? Yeah, but everything surprised me, and it wasn't always in a good way. Look, overall, I still liked the show because I was engaged the whole way through because I wanted to. It wasn't the show, and it wasn't the. I mean, it was the show that did it. Like the endings sucked. It wasn't the endings that made me want to watch it, but just overall, I got invested in these characters week to week. You know, like, but then they do kind of change a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. Um,
Like if bipolar is a show, it's Alien Earth. Hey, San Francisco in the house. Hey,
what
need
time
true
is it?
Salama. Woo!
Is it 4 a.m.? Is that the time in San Fran?
Yeah.
Just seeing if I've got any. One of my notes was, "I love the look of the dirty Xeno."
Ooh, so dirty.
I want to get. I
No,
hope you
but
have a little
listen,
sticker of that.
if the kids were going to rule in the end, why didn't they just fucking let them slaughter all these motherfuckers there? And then fucking Utani comes in, like,
Okay,
okay.
that's what we didn't touch on because I said earlier that how the kids in the end, like, I like that now they're running the ship because that's something that you would expect them to do in the first place.
Mm,
So I kind of, again, they even the what's the one I keep forgetting? Slightly's friend.
Smee.
Smith. So even though he kind of annoyed me, he kind of finally became somewhat cool in the end when he finally, because throughout the show, I was like, oh, these kids are annoying because no one's taught them their strengths. Only Wendy's the only one who knows what she's capable of. The other kids haven't even been taught, which didn't make sense to me. Like, how can they not know? So at the end,
Because
when they're
they can't.
finally kind of running shit, it's kind of like, well, this is how, of course, this is
Stranger
what's
Things
going to
would
happen.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like I said, if they would have fucking killed off everyone, because what do ghosts do, And then I don't know, yeah, haunt the living, okay, but fucking kill them, do something. May fucking rip off Boy Cavalier's head instead of making him look like he's fucking Jesus on the crucifix, like he's a god, and everyone still is alive. Come on. Make them go against Utani, whatever, that Utani brings some fucking creature. I don't care. Or maybe Utani has, because, she is Japanese, she has like, some. No, I shall not go there again. It's like good at
Uh,
math. Uh,
do you
Also,
think?
that
Yeah,
one fucking scene near the end, right, where they're like in jail, that the fucking alien is hanging there, and then baby alien is going. I'm
yeah.
like,
How
oh
can
my
that baby
god.
alien stay baby for so long? Oh wait, no, because that's the chest burster one, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the snake.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, no, no, it's not fine. Fuck baby Groot.
Yeah, it did look weird though.
Yeah, I mean, the constant thing, like I said, in the previous episode, like, it's constantly out in the daylight, like the lore and the horror factor was always that it could come out of the dark from out of nowhere, and now you constantly see it.
Yeah, that didn't bother me. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
the
you love
show
the
definitely
show.
did the show that's definitely done things that are out of the norm in the Alien franchise. Um, but I look, I think like overall, like I said, I liked it. It wasn't nowhere near perfect, and it was nowhere near what I expected or wanted from the show. But I'm still kind of engaged in it. And you know what? I think for people who aren't necessarily into aliens, it's probably fine too. Like hardcore, like people who are fans of the franchise, are going to pick it apart, of course. I think if you didn't know anything about aliens, you probably think the show was fine as well. Um,
I don't know.
but the main reason that's why, like, I'm shocked that you said that you wouldn't have even watched these episodes if you didn't have to do this podcast. So I apologize for making you come out of YouTube retirement for this. But
For this dog
the
shit,
reason
yeah.
the reason I would still continue to watch it and still be kind of excited for a season two, even though like what do you give it the show overall? Last
Five
time we
out of
spoke about this,
ten.
you said 6, so you dropped it down to
Hmm.
5 because you were 6 last time, right? All right. I would
Yeah,
still
five
give
out of
it,
10.
because I was 7 I didn't say it last time, but when I listened to you say 6, I was thinking I'd probably give it a 7. Maybe I'm a 6 or a 7, but the reason I like watching it and the reason I will still continue to watch it is the same reason that I watch a lot, and I've stopped watching Star Wars stuff, but like I don't know if you watched what was that Acolyte? Did you watch that?
I watched until we had like witches making babies, whatever. I was like, okay, bye.
So wait, no, that was an
I think that
acolyte,
was
was it?
episode 3.
Wasn't that Ahsoka?
No, you also
It was
had an
acolyte.
episode. Yeah, that they go.
Okay.
You had like
Oh no,
the
yes,
twins
yes,
or
yes. Yeah,
some
I know.
shit.
Yeah. Because it's got the guy from what's it called in it?
Squid Games.
Yeah. All right. So acolyte, right? People trash that show hard, right? And I was watching it week by week, and look, it wasn't fantastic, but I enjoyed tuning into it every week. And when it ended, I was like, that was a fucking bad show. But week by week, I was just enjoying it for what it was. Right. At the end, it definitely was. Wouldn't say it was good at all, but I enjoyed it week by week. CinemALIEN, Alien Earth, CinemALIEN's been great. Alien Earth,
Awesome.
week by week, I was excited to watch the episode because I love the Alien franchise, right? So I just enjoy, and this goes for anyone who, like all those big franchises, all the people that hate the new Star Wars, that hate Alien Earth and all that sort of stuff, right? They're all these purists, right? And nothing's going to make them happy, right? You love a franchise so much that you can't stand for it to change, right? Aliens was 40 years ago, right? I love this franchise and I want to see stories from this universe. I don't want to keep watching Alien and Aliens 500 times for the rest of my life. I mean, I will, but like, I want to see new things. So, new things excite me, which is why I enjoy watching this week by week. And it wasn't to the point where it was so like Acolyte was really bad in the end, right? So, but what I was saying was when people were like jumping off it as each episode went, I was like, no, I'm still engaged in this. And then when it ended, I was like, what the fuck was this show? Alien Earth wasn't like that. It didn't stick a landing. It didn't have a great ending. It didn't meet my expectations. But for me, it was still enough to get an alien fix, I guess, that I liked.
Listen, I respect your opinion, but
But
I'm not
fuck
even
you.
like a huge I'm not even a huge Alien fan. And I can even say that this show was just not it. You know, like for an alien show, you put the alien in the background. Okay, cool. I'm here for character development. But what are we developing?
Not a fan of how the show ended up. Started great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. When you see the first 2 episodes, when it goes inside that fucking dining room and it just slaughters people, you're like, okay, let's fucking go. And then it gets killed by Wendy real quickly, which was already like, okay. I'm repeating myself here, but yeah, it's just, and you know, with the, I was glad that there was like a flashback episode coming up. That's why I mentioned it. Like, hey, I actually watched the trailer for the next one. There's a flashback
I
episode coming
avoided
up.
all of those trailers.
Yeah, that was the one trailer I watched, and I'm glad I did because I got kind of excited to watch it. But yeah, the reuse of the scenes of episode 1, didn't like it. And also, woo, the Xeno going down the hallway looking for whatever the fuck her name was. Uh, but what I didn't look forward to was when that shit ended, that episode, I was like, oh no, we're going back to the kids. You know, and the fact that, you know, Isaac got killed off, well, he could have kind of been interesting, you know, like fucking mad scientist, but no. We got fucking Curly, who I thought that was going to rip the guy's Cavalier's head off. Nothing. I'm his favorite. And it's just nothing really happens. And Wendy, who is fucking bipolar as fuck, you know, like the one thing, like she can do all these things with her mind. She can speak to aliens, but no, we got trackers. We cannot leave the island. You know, all that shit. I don't know, man. Hey, but good for you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I'm glad for all the other people that enjoyed it. But Jesus, get some fucking taste. No, 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 no.
It's crazy to
No, but
think
hey,
that think about Santa episode 1 and 2. Wendy was cool. Kirsch was
right?
cool. And
I
look at
thought
her
she was
now.
cool. But it's just like this fucking close up of her face, you know, like constantly like I know that she can communicate, but why do you have to constantly put her face so close, you know? I really thought that I would be fucking sitting here, like sitting on her Funko Pop and be like, yeah, I love Wendy, let's go. But yeah, no, I ended up fucking hating Peter Pan now, like Peter Pan, these nuts, bitch. I'm done. Although I will come back for a season 2 because I would love to hear your bullshit every episode. No, I thought it was really interesting, that one specific scientist who go,
Love
and
Peter
I'm just
Pan.
like, dude.
Oh shit, mate! Mark's giving me so much shit when he watches this.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, I'm not saying that I loved it, but I'm saying that it was enough for me to enjoy. But
Yeah, well, for me, it became a hassle to just sit down and press play. I'm like, ugh. Oh, it's only 45 minutes. Thank God. But then they started the
like I
speech
said,
about lying.
you've signed on to CinemALIEN, so when season 2 comes out, you better be ready.
Oh, dude, I'll be here. Like I said, I would love to see your profound bullshit on why it's the next best thing. Maybe it will be good. Who knows?
Oh, fuck, I'm telling you, that Predator's coming in season 2, baby. All right. All right. So let's go with this. What would turn it around in season 2 for you? Like, what would you want to see? Knowing where we are now, what would you want to see in season 2?
I want to see episode 1, the first 5 minutes, Yutani flying in and nuke the entire fucking place and start a whole new story.
Well, we theorized on that last time. We said, maybe does everyone die in this? Like, does Boy Cavalier die at the end of this season, and the next season would be more about Yutani, and each season could be about another corporation? Like imagine that. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, you would be like, Tyrell.
So nothing could turn it around for you. Look, I like the idea now that the hybrids are kind of like, I'm curious to see where that goes, because like I said, it reminds me of that comic book story that I read of aliens where the synthetics are going in to take on the aliens, but they're not really taking on aliens. They're kind of on the team. They're kind of on the same team.
Yeah, man, we got the Avengers now, boy. Now listen,
Yeah.
I'm all here for that because, in every alien movie, this AI thing, whatever the fuck it was, android hybrid, whatever, it always goes fucking nuts, right? That's what you want. But this was so fucking mellow. Like I said in the previous episode, I feel like I can go to a kindergarten with this and be like, hey kids, today we are going to watch Alien Earth. And they'll be like, yay! And then fall asleep 5 minutes later. Because yeah, I don't know what could turn it around. I have no idea because I had maybe that's my fault that I went into the show with expectations. Like I said, the trailer was all about you were safer in space and then Prodigy City and all that jazz. And then it wasn't like that. It was fucking La Isla Bonita every single fucking week. And I'm all here for like, I don't know, like exploring the species, but nothing was happening with these species, like, oh yeah,
That's
we
true.
get like fucking Isaac and okay, but that's it.
I didn't
Now
think
all
about
these
that.
overkill of characters.
I didn't think about that. The creatures were good, but it was almost like everyone only got like one episode to kind of feature in, apart from Teoculus. All right, so how's this? Like I mentioned earlier, I feel like the Xeno has to really redeem itself in season 2. Has to reclaim the throne of I am the baddest bitch on the planet, right? So get this. Teoculus will do so many cool things at its peak. People are like, man, Teoculus rules, forget about the Xenomorph, right? Teoculus eventually takes over Boy Cavalier as we predicted. It's in his eye, right? And this is the end of the Teoculus. Xenomorph comes up, its mouth inside its mouth just goes poof, and just eats it right out of Cavalier's face. And that's the end of Teoculus. I am the fucking king. I am the Xenomorph. Huh? That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why not turn it into a fucking Power Ranger? It's morphing time, and then it turns into whatever the fuck. But I don't know. Like I said, I was really hoping for like Boy Cavalier to get his head ripped off or some shit, like something very fucking drastic. I thought maybe Curly or Kirsch, but even with Kirsch saying affirmative to Boy Cavalier at the ending of episode 6. Then in episode 7, there is not really much going on. Like Boy Cavalier not saying like, "Oh, yo, what the fuck? You said everything was fine, and then this happens." He even says like, "Oh no, why don't you watch all the camera things?" But wouldn't Boy Cavalier then already find out that Kirsch was fucking with him? Nothing. Nothing. And then the fucking baldy guy is. It turns out Boy Cavalier killed his father and turned his android into his daddy. And now that's the bald guy who then goes against, tries to go against Wendy. But then Wendy suddenly finds out that she has a power to make it stop because he's connected to the net. I was like, oh my god, Sandra Bullock is here. What the fuck? Like all these, and then he just moves his eyes, but then he's also sitting in a jail. Like, why are they so afraid to kill off people?
Yeah, it was interesting actually. Yeah, definitely surprised that there was no, especially in the final 2 episodes. You would think just it was going to be a slaughter fest.
Yeah, nothing.
What was the point of keeping Kirsch, Boy Genius, and Madam alive at the end? Surely there's a purpose. Well, they obviously
Not
knew
even
there was going to be
FX
a
knows.
season 2, so all the things that maybe we wanted in this first season might happen in season 2.
Yeah, or 3 or 4,
Yeah, I really hope it doesn't go that long. As much as I want more aliens, I really wish this was a 1-season show. 2 seasons max, like please.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, this was what, like 2 years away from the Alien movie?
Which one?
This series? The timeline wise?
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Ding dong.
I hope it ends with some sort of connection to. Surely it would have to have some sort of connection. If it's only 2 years away, then it has to have some sort of connection, I reckon, to it.
Yeah, but okay, so then what? So Utani has to get the xenomorph back some way somehow because of desperation, to find that xeno fucking morph. It comes back every movie, So I mean, what that they're gonna? I mean, they will have 2 xenomorphs and 3 fucking eggs, and yet they want more. But why? Why didn't they explore that in this season already?
What happens if that baby one in the last episode that you were giving shit about? Maybe that's what happens if that's Big Chap.
That's fucking Peter Wayland. Yeah. Why didn't more? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I, I mean, I'm all here for like the whole science shit because, of course, it's interesting. But you have all these fucking aliens. We are 2 years away from the alien movie, right? With the distress signal, blah blah blah, and they have to go and get the thing. But why is it only the focus on the xeno? Like, are we really going to find out like in what the next season or why only that alien is so important? Simon?
I don't know.
I know he's thinking so hard right now because he really wants to save season 2. He wants to get a sponsorship out of this.
Mate, the podcast by then, people will be, oh, mate, this is the best alien pod. Did you know on Disney Plus, if you actually scroll through at the top, there's a tab that's podcast. There's actually an official Alien Earth podcast, and it's on the Disney Plus thing.
Yeah, someone has to save it. Why not
Maybe I'll join that show, and you can run this by yourself.
Hey man,
no, I'll go join that show. Mark can replace me, and you guys can shit on season 2 together.
And I'm not even a fan, Jeez Louise. Yeah, but yeah, we survived Alien Earth. It really felt like an afterbirth. It's not important. Did it add anything to, the movies? Anything interesting?
I still think there's time for that. If there's a season 2, I think there's time.
Dude, it already took them over 8 fucking hours. Okay, that's what? 4 fucking movies? What? To become
It was,
something interesting?
it was 7.5 hours. Okay.
Okay, so there was 3 movies. I mean,
Oh, I'd love that. If a predator, please, at least I can then say, "Told you." At least I can say, "I told you a predator was going to be in it."
maybe it will be Arthur. As the goat already took a shit, maybe it will be Arthur now taking a dump, and ta-da!
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's be done with the alien Earth talk. I
Oh.
originally thought, like Alien Earth, that I wanted it to be only one season. I thought this podcast was only going to be 4 episodes, and then we're going to be done. Sunimation would have returned and then left again, kind of like Michael Jordan. But we've already spoken about we are going to do more of these. It won't be every 2 weeks like it has been in the last 2 months. I can't believe we made this work every fortnight. That's unbelievable. I
Yeah,
was
what
so
the
sure this
fuck?
wasn't going to work, but we made it happen.
You were so sure.
I was not. I
You were
didn't think it
talking
was
with
going to
Matt Spidey. He was like, "Nah, man, she's gonna let you wait."
I was just like organizing streams when you're in different parts of the world is not easy. So,
No.
and obviously you've got just with work and everything and the time difference, I thought it was going to be so
Ew.
hard to make this happen, but we did it. And I know it was a struggle for you, but do I have to watch? I have
It
to
was a
watch the show every
mandatory
week.
thing.
But yes. So we've discussed that we will do obviously more of these on different alien related things. So the next 2 that I was expecting that maybe we could do, I would definitely love to do an Alien versus Predator one, and so does the speech
Whoa,
bubble
what
agrees.
is what the fuck is that?
It's an Apple thing. I can do different signals and it does different things.
Oh. It's
Um,
Wendy. Wendy is
it's an
controlling his screen.
So Alien versus, because Sanimation's never watched Alien versus Predator, so I think that'd be a great one to do. I'll rewatch them. I just think you're in for a treat,
Well,
especially for
especially after this.
yeah. Well, no. Well, I would love to. If you thought this about this show, I'd love to hear what you thought about AVP. Okay, so especially the second one.
Yeah.
This is a good show. Keep it up. Yes, thank you, NorCal. And yes, I think it'd be a great one. If Santa's never seen it, then that's really cool. I'd love to hear your thoughts, because AVP2, it's not an easy one to sit through, in my opinion. Last time I watched it, I was like, the first one is not great, but it has its moments and has some cool things about it. Second one is a tough one to watch, but we'll
I've
make that
heard
happen
that.
eventually. Also, by the time when I come back from Japan, it won't be far off
Ooh.
before Badlands comes out. So maybe if
Oh,
you
that's
see that
the
Predator,
Predator one, right?
maybe
Is
if you
it the
see that, we
animation
could
or
do.
the?
No, this is the movie, the one with the fucking synth on the back and his backpack.
Oh, it's already coming out.
It's November, I think it's coming out.
Oh
So
dear.
if you watch that at the cinemas, and I see that, I'll definitely see that at the cinemas. Maybe we could do an episode talking about that. So that would probably be the next 2 episodes. I would say we probably do a Predator Badlands review and do Alien versus Predator for the first time, animation style.
Ooh, yes.
So that would be my
Then you can
prediction.
cue like a scene every time with where Marlon Brando says the horror. Like this is how we feel about this scene, the
I'll try to
horror.
find that clip.
God damn, Brando was fine as fuck. Yeah.
Now I didn't. Now Sanimation kept throwing out that we should do a giveaway. I didn't have time. I didn't have time, but maybe when we do the AVP one, we'll organize a giveaway. We're going to give away a
Yeah.
DVD copy of AVP2.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all you get. Just the DVD of
Signed by
AVP2.
us,
Not
It will
even the
take
first
some
one.
time for it to arrive there because we
Yeah,
first
no.
got to send it back and forth.
It'll be worth more just in postage alone, going from Australia to Netherlands and then to wherever the hell it goes. There you go.
And that being a different region, and you still can't watch it because it's a DVD.
Yeah, that's true. We should get it. Let's see if you can. Netherlands DVDs would be different there, right? You'd have different
Region
covers.
two.
Oh, really? Yeah, we're
Oh,
region
different covers.
4 in
I don't
Australia.
know.
Would you have like different language on the covers and shit? Different
No,
ratings?
that is Germany. Yeah, Germany has like Germany and Italia, and even the French. Like the Canadian and the French. They have the different. No, we don't do the Dutch. We can read subtitles. Yeah. Sometimes the French thing is there. I'll give, but it's not like a Dutch, an exclusive Dutch. It ain't much if it ain't Dutch. Yeah.
All right, so there you go. So I don't know which one will come first. If we can organize the AVP one before the Predator movie comes out, maybe we do that first. If we can organize it. If not, if we see the Predator movie before you've watched AVP, then we'll do it the other way around. But I would predict that would be the next 2 episodes of CinemALIEN. When that is, I don't know. The best way to find out is subscribe to both of us. Follow us on
Subscribe,
Instagram.
like.
And follow the podcast, because I didn't know on Instagram. I mean, on Spotify, you can follow podcasts. So if you follow us, you'll get notifications.
I don't even follow it. Oh, and mark your calendars, fellas, because in 2027 we will have a meetup in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. There you go.
Yes.
All right. Well, maybe
Simon
we'll
will make his ancestors proud. But first going to Japan, and then he goes back home.
One of the guys from work is going up to Japan. He's literally going away the same time as me. He's going to be in Japan for only like a couple of days. It's on the way to Hong Kong. So,
ooh,
there you go.
How long is it flying for you though to Japan?
I can't remember. It's a long trip. I was about to guess, but I don't know. I have no idea. 14 hours. There you go. That's a guess. It could be way off.
Damn. Because for me, it will be like 11, 12 hours.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, hang on. Maybe it's 11 or 12, because I think we're leaving. I know we're arriving there at about 7, because their time is actually very close to Australia. They're only like an hour behind or something like that.
Yeah.
So their time
will get behind Simon.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Well, maybe we'll wrap it there. I've had enough of this alien Earth bashing.
Yeah, he wants to cry.
I know.
He will. But as soon as he's offline, he will go to Sarah, throw a tantrum. They all hated alien Earth. Yeah.
You're saying like I loved it. I enjoyed it, but I definitely didn't love it.
What's the difference?
Well,
do you enjoy good food or do you love good food? I mean, what's the difference?
I mean, you can still enjoy something without loving it, right?
Right. You are what you eat. Okay, next. It has been fun doing this stream. Right.
It's been over 2 years, probably even closer to 3 years that Santa's not been on the YouTube. So it's been cool to have you. I'm glad you chose my channel to make your appearance.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap it there. And thank you for the people who've tuned in and out every week. So I know no one asked for more of this show. And if you actually look at the views each week, so the first episode, I think we had about 350 views. Second episode was like about 230. And then last week was about 130. So we've lost 100 views as each episode's gone on. So this episode
just like the fucking show itself, because who the fuck is watching, Simon?
I was going to say, it's either because each fortnight more and more people are disliking the show, or each fortnight more and more people are disliking us. That's one or the other.
I doubt that. Please leave your opinion in the comments below. What is it that make you not come back to this show? Well, we never know, I guess.
That's right. All right. we'll wrap it there. Thank you, everyone, for who tuned in live, anyone watching the replay, anyone who enjoyed this at all. Remember, we're also on Spotify. So if you're catching the end, you can jump on Spotify. Listen to us in your car while you're driving to work. It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, and
right.
extra shout out to Nexus Runner. You know
Yeah, Lostian, thank you for being a fan. And yeah.
And hello from to San Francisco.
That's right.
Thank you for tuning in.
To all the CinemALIEN fans around the world, thank you guys so much. And till next time, keep it simple.
Keep it simple. And hate alien Earth.